sweet shapes, that's the key thing, right. Feet, face, feet, shapes, but who is the king tonight? Who is the king tonight? Pattern is the thing, the key thing-a-ling, but who is the king of pattern? Said who is the king thing-a-ling? Who is the king of pattern?
Who is the king of pattern? How you doing? In fact, I hope that you're great.
Fog is the king thing-a-ling. Fog is the king of pattern. Fog is the king of pattern.
This is over, we're good. Welcome in, everybody. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right? No, it's what day is it? It's Wednesday, yeah? Sorry, I got 2 grilled cheese burritos, and that really does a heckin' number on my brain parts. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. Everybody excited? You're almost done giving your life force to a corporate entity so that the line can go up, and then you get a 2-day break, and then you have a funny British man. You have a funny British man coming to your house. Funny British man is gonna come over, and then he's gonna spend 2 weeks with you and play video games with you, and watch Futurama, and experience the luxury that is modern American life in a town that brands itself as a small town. You've been there. You've been there. You know how that goes. It's Wednesday, Thursday for me. How many? It's 7 p.m. right now. Revanova, what time is it there? Midnight? It's crazy to me how many people are from like completely different time zones than me.
What are you?
There's so many, and I don't know how it's even well, no, I do know at least partially, because I can hang out in some of the chats, at least, for some of the people, while during my workday. And I just hang out in people's chats, and then I make friends with them, and then they destroy their sleep schedule in order to hang out with me. It's a tale as old as time. It's a tale as old as time. How are you doing? I'm in an interesting headspace. Not a bad one, just an interesting one.
My external appearance is down 5%.
How many pineapples do you think Franny can fit up there? At least one, for sure. Because I think that, and I'm not saying that he said this, okay, but I'm pretty sure that he did say at one point on his chat that he suggested to a partner or something that he was open to getting stuff put in his butt. And what are pineapples if not stuff? That I mean, if it's a tiny, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about like an actual grown one, or like a tiny like baby pineapple? Because your mileage may vary a little. Yes, definitely not a full grown one, like a medium to small one for sure. I work Wednesday through Sunday. I'm just starting and suffering. I'm 8 a.m. God bless. You're 8 a.m. now? You're 8. I don't even know where that puts you on the planet. I mean, you don't have to geolocate yourself, but I don't even know where that would be. I'm also dumb as hell, so what would that be? Like an 13-hour difference? Yes, just slurp it all up. He's got on the moon? I mean, if you're on the moon, then, GMT is 6 hours ahead. Oh, is it in GMT? So probably Eastern Europe? Alright, we're gonna do the game. We're gonna do the game now. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna segue in? Is it gonna turn on? Is it because I'm not tabbed into the window? Hello? Are you gonna do it? Are you, hello? You're not gonna show me the game window? Why? 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 Yeah, oh, it's because I had it set to Fields of Mystria. That's right. That's what we were playing before. That's right. There we go. There we go. We're gonna try that one more time. We're gonna try that one more time. Game off. Okay, and then we're gonna pretend like it went down this way the first time. Okay. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There it is. F.E.A.R was just being a little bit shy. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna turn the music off. And then that cool little thing on the right. So if you can tell where I'm like kind of like nodding my head right now, that little music widget right there is called the Amuse widget, and you see that a lot on different people's streams. It's a good way to fill that little space right there. I've also made some other adjustments to my overlay here. Like I made the ad break timer semi-transparent so you can see a little bit of the stone texture behind it. And I also did the same thing to the music widget. And I also, of course, most of you are going to be able to notice the difference, but I realigned my brand logo at the top right to be in line with the text underneath it. It's firing on all cylinders right now. It's good. Much better, less clutter. What up? I do think that I want to make the socials a little bit smaller at the top left. Not a ton smaller, maybe 25% smaller, something like that. Welcome in, Cliff C718. How you doing? I'm just going to call you Cliff. I just like saying your full name out loud. This game is one of those games where I threaten to crash my entire computer if I try to alt-tab out of it to shout people out. So I'm going to rely on people's kindness. If they happen to notice that somebody hasn't been shouted out for a while, just assume that they haven't been shouted out and shout them out. It would help me out a huge amount. Yeah. So what were we doing last time? I don't fucking remember. I'm in an office building. There's like a ghost child. There's a ghost child running around. And there's Badman. There's Badman in here. Badman. Oh, also, I increased the volume because it was really soft. It doesn't show that it's soft in like the actual OBS, like with the bars going up and down. But that should be a better volume. Like it's not competing for me, but it should be louder, right? Like, do you want it to be even louder? Because they bumped it up like three clicks now. You wanted one more? Is that good? Thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, Cliff. It's deserved. I think you're awesome. You deserve to be recognized. You have a great attitude. You're constantly great with your chat. And I think that you're a solid, entertaining dude. You know, what more do you want? And, you know, Franny is also there. Franny exists in the space in which he occupies, and, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. Sounds pretty solid, IMO. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Yeah, so when I went to go get dinner, I got 2 grilled cheese burritos, which is great. I hope that they never get rid of it because they did once, and I was furious. Apparently to the point that I can't stop talking about it for like 2 days straight. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze directly into the microphone. Are you ready? Let's sneeze directly into the microphone. Oh shit. Oh man, that was a nasty one. Jesus. Oh my god. You know, most streamers, they hide the sneeze ASMR from you. Me, I'm like all aboard the sneeze train. How do I interact? How do I interact? No, that's slow-mo. I can't download anything from this? Whatever. Most streamers will hide their sneeze. I give you what you crave. Which is just like imagining like me snot blasting onto your face. Oh man. Bless you, thank you. Is it E or F to interact? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. I also don't know where I'm supposed to go, because I'm dumb as hell and there's no yellow paint anywhere. Huh? Oh my god, are you okay? You guys okay? Ew! Ew! There's Sparky. Oh my god. Please hold. That's enough of you. Everybody cool? We're cool now? Cool? Oh my god, okay, hold your fire. Yeah, it's a little bit late for that. Oh man.
Unfortunately, no.
Alright, I think I found where I was supposed to go.
By yourself? That means you stayed alive this long.
My fucking... Where's my gun bulletin? Give it to me.
Here goes. We're through.
Wow, what an amazing explosion from 2005. Sick. Anyway, so I got some grilled cheese burritos, and then I needed to grab something for my father-in-law, and he was like, I want a double Whopper with cheese, but no bacon. He really didn't want any bacon at all, like on the premises. And you know, so we did what you would normally do in such a situation where you're at the drive-through window, and you say, I would like one Whopper, and then you complete the sentence by making sure that they don't give you any bacon, and you say, no bacon, please. And then they get confused because they're like, okay, are they asking for like a Baconator or like a King Bacon or whatever the fuck it's called at Burger King? And they're like, okay, so you do want bacon on your Whopper. And then we're like, no, we don't want any bacon. And then they paused and they said, hold on a second. And they're like, okay, just to make sure, you don't want bacon. Like, you just, because there's no bacon that comes with a regular Whopper. And I'm like, that is correct. That is summarily correct. I do not want any bacon. And so I think that it's one of those situations where, you know, giving too much information essentially causes the situation to wildly spiral out of control, because, you know, I could have just avoided that whole conversation by just saying everything except for the no bacon part. And that's how my afternoon went. How's everybody else's experiences with the afternoon going? Oh, perfect. I can even hear the sound cues now. I thought you said grilled cheese burritos. I mean, yeah. I'll take some grilled cheese burritos if anybody's offering. Dude, this unironically sounds like the smoke detector is going off in the house that I'm in. And I fucking hate it. It's so triggering because every time that the alarm has gone off in the house, it's been at like 2 a.m. and my dog fucking hates smoke detectors. It stresses her out so much.
Where's his daughter now? Her office is in the
Stresses her out so much. She's just a little baby, man. She doesn't deserve getting stressed out like that. It's not my property. I don't give a shit. Can we turn off the fire alarm, please? Oh, I remember. And then we get locked in here, right? Right? Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Everything is... Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh, I forgot I'm blocking the screen. That's my bad. I'm still in big mode. I didn't even realize. Oh my gosh.
The elevators are working again.
She walked right towards me.
You're gonna have to find another way to the roof. Holiday, can you guys escort Mr. Bishop? We'll take good care of him.
What the fuck? Okay, I guess I'm going it alone. The paranormal in this game still gives me chills. I wish that it did. And I'm not trying to be tough or nothing, neither. It did get me a little bit, like a micro jump scare at one point.
Betters, I'm pretty much done here.
Any theories?
But it's not like,
Some lab work.
I don't know, a lot of the stuff that used to get me doesn't get me now. I mean, maybe it is because I'm kind of a badass now. You know, like I'm a big time streamer, right? So nothing's gonna scare me because like I'm too MLG or whatever. Like I've got my Turtle Beach headset. I'd like to leave. Can I not leave? Am I supposed to go up here? No? Really? Yeah. Yes, right? 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 Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you can believe it, the melee mode is set by default to the right mouse button. Instead of aim for some reason. Okay, I clearly was supposed to. Oh my god! I mean, that's kind of gory and gross and scary, right? Bunch of bodies on the ground. Welcome in, Carbon GM. Carbon GM, can you shout yourself out? Or somebody shout out Carbon GM. We love ourselves some Carbon GM around here.
The data's uploading.
Welcome in. It also isn't helping the horror element when I shoot all the windows out, but you know, I got bullets to spare, man. Woo! Almost jumped off. This is kinda cute. Oh my god, a crow. I'd like to go through it, please. Hello? Are there any spookums in here? Are you all dead? Guns are anti-fear? It's true. Again, I would like to reiterate that it is fucking amazing to have your. Sorry, I just got scared by bumping into this construction material. By swapping your lean left and lean right, you can like scooch a little bit at a time without exposing yourself if you need to. It feels very inorganic at first, but you do get used to it. I promise. I would never lie to you. I'm going to humbly beg a lurker to shout out Carbon GM, please. I will literally let you do whatever you want to me. No holds barred, no restrictions. Of this, I request of you. Mr. Stoic Sama Senpai, if dating apps not working after 6 weeks of trying and feeling lonely and dejected, what do? I will say that, I don't know if this is going to make you feel any better. I know this is going to make you feel any better. Maybe, maybe not. But I took it as read that when I started using things like OkCupid and eHarmony, that I was going to run into probably statistically like 66% psychos before I ended up with somebody that could even be considered remotely like stable. And I was right. I was right on that front. So honestly, it's a big part of like online dating or dating in general, honestly, is just expectations resetting over and over again as many times as you need to. So there are very, very few people out there that have what I would describe as reasonable expectations. It does not mean that it's impossible. It does not mean that it's never going to happen, even though there's like part of your lizard brain that's like, I have to be with somebody in order to feel validated. I get that. I've been there. But honestly, I would not focus so much on the lack of dating apps being like a symbolic of any issue with you more than seeing it instead as an opportunity to be thankful that, you know, you're able to learn to appreciate and exist in your own space, even if you've been doing it for a long time. I think that it's definitely understated and very, very valuable to learn to appreciate all the good things there are with being alone. We put like an outsized amount of pressure on ourselves for being with someone and feeling like we need to be with someone in order to feel okay or that we're validated. And it's a byproduct of, you know, our culture and movies and magazines for like the 1% of people still paying attention to magazines. The internet would have been a more apt reference there. We feel like we have to be in a relationship because we're given the impression constantly that everybody's in a relationship and that there's something wrong with you if you're not in one. Being alone is great. We should honestly be like putting more emphasis on being independent and finding value in that. Because if not for its own sake psychologically, but because, you know, if you're able to be happy existing in your own space and doing your own thing, that frees up you to be more available, even if it seems ironic, in a relationship. For example, people pick up on different, what they think are cues in a social situation, such as a date. And if they detect that you are, from your own standpoint, thinking of the date as, I'm just hanging out with this other person, I'm doing an activity that I would probably enjoy doing on my own. If it works out, then great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. They can sense that. And that makes the other person more relaxed. And also, you're setting your own minimum expectations. And then if you happen to find somebody that you're really, really into, and they don't turn out to be a fucking psycho after like 2 or 3 months of just hanging out with them generally like that, with no expectations set that you're exuding, then hit them with it. Be like, hey, do you want to consider being my girlfriend? And if they say, and I know that that's like a non-Riz way to do it, but that's how I did it, and I'm now married. Did you just almost give up? Your ancestors would be very upset. The dating apps are designed to be dating apps. In my humble opinion, they want your money. As someone who's been on them for 2 years, don't blame yourself. Sobro put it perfectly. Oh my god, the music is popping on. Here, I'm gonna start shouting some people out. Shout out Carbon GM. Shout out G Diggle. I don't know. I've been alone for 4 years. So I'm pretty over it now. I mean, even if you've been alone for 1 day or 4 years, the general principle is the same. You're still existing in the moment. The actual span of time, as strange as it might be to hear, is literally just consisting of multiple moments wrapped in itself. The length of time doesn't increase or decrease any chances of anything involved. I can almost make out the man through the dust. Okay. Where you at? Come on. Yep, right to the dick. Right to the dick. It's more helpful to think, in general, of each moment as like a microcosm of causes and effects, because that's essentially what it is. Is that what you do or what you don't do could bring about different circumstances. Do I want this, really? I guess I could I guess I could grab the shotgun if I'm out and there's like 80 billion shotgun things here. I'm not really a fan of the shotgun. Actually, no. I take it back. I'm gonna grab the assault rifle. I do much better with it anyway. Statistically, historically, you will find someone. And that's not me being like the grass is always greener. There's always plenty of fish in the ocean, even though the second one is true and the first one is kind of like I mean, I don't know. It coming from like a stoic perspective. Am I stuck in the door? Do I want MP5? Probably not. Oh, there's a reflex booster up here, even though I've never used never used all my reflexes all at once. I don't agree that I should have taken damage there. All right, sick.
How you holding up, Mr. Bishop?
For gaming.
Looking forward to getting the hell out of here. Bet you are.
How you doing, G-Diggle? How are you doing? How was Last of Us Part 1? Are you playing the original or are you playing the remaster? I've never touched dating apps, can't stand the concept, and they're optimized to give you desirable results just to extract money from you. I mean, there are sites that, I mean, they're all designed to take money from you, right? I don't know if there's such a thing as like a decentralized open source dating app. I mean, I guess that would be like Facebook, I guess, and even then it gives you ads. So I don't think that it can exist. What you're describing to me. Some dating apps, at least at the time, like OkCupid. Damn, that's right in the dick, huh? Did you really? You're not allowed to do that to me. I need to wait for the dust to clear. Okay, the music might be going a little bit too hard. Yeah, we're gonna bump that down one smidge. Okay. We're good now? Are we Gucci? OkCupid is what I used. I don't know if it's gotten any better or worse. But it was for its time pretty good. That is where I met my wife. That's a fact. And she and I were talking for like 3 or 4 months straight before we even entertained meeting. Do I want to pick up this rifle that I've never used? Probably not. I'm sure the ass was good, but I don't know. I just like my stuff, to be honest with you. Facebook, I hope you still don't use it. I haven't really looked at Facebook in a long time. The only time that I used Facebook in any meaningful amount was to administer a Stoicism social media group that I curated since I was in college. The Stoic lore is that people knew at college that I was something called a Stoic, that they knew that it was the reason why I did things or didn't do things. Good, we're gonna just chuck a grenade in there real quick. They knew that it was the reason I did or didn't do anything, but didn't really know what it was, and so, you know, I created a Facebook group and I was like, hey, if you're curious why, you know, I signed up for student government and becoming a resident assistant and volunteering for special needs organizations, you guys would know. Yeah! Get over there! Get over there! Get off the roof! Get off the roof, damn! Anyways, like I was saying, you could join my Facebook group. I'm gonna post writings on there, and then you can decide for yourself if my writings are helpful to you. I'm gonna post anything on there, stuff that I've applied myself, and then it grew over time over the course of about 10 years to about 20,000 members. Now, you would think that that number is impressive, and perhaps in a vacuum, it is, but it was around the 5-year mark that it stopped being real people. And about 90 to 95% of anybody that joined the group after that became bots, and so I stopped like curating it as much because it just became a bot farm, unfortunately. Hate to say it. Otherwise, should we about to start taking names? I meant OkCupid. I don't use OkCupid anymore, obviously, because I'm happily married. I found a wife that I can, you know, be content spending time with and talking to and being talked at from. And, you know, she also leaves me mostly to my own devices, which I highly value because I'm extremely introverted. I was already introverted as a rule, but especially with Stoicism, I became considerably more introverted because, you know, it says things like in the very beginning, don't say things for the sake of causing some kind of response in people. Make sure that you mean what you say in good faith. That you basically don't you know, like do like a whole song and dance in order to try to impress people. Try to focus on your intentions and whatever it is that you're doing or not doing more than anything else. Let that be your focus. And so what practicing that early on does is that it necessarily makes you more quiet as a person. So I found somebody after learning to accept that I could be alone for a very long time, and that's totally fine with me. It was around, you know, the time that I accepted that if somebody's gonna be with me, they have to understand that I'm a fucking weirdo. That I'm a fucking weirdo that's practicing a 2,000-year-old Greco-Roman philosophy, and they're just gonna have to accept that. Because now it's part of my brain. It's fucking grafted in there, brother. There's nothing I could do to turn it off.
On the situation at Armacam headquarters. A company spokesperson.
Not interested. Not interested in your fucking goddamn. Oh my gosh, are you guys okay? Get out of here. Oh no, is the guy dead? Is the guy dead? That's not good. God okay out here?
Are you sure? Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Wait, ATC took them out?
Didn't feel very friendly to me. I think that they were deliberately targeting Bishop. What the fuck is ATC doing?
Are you kidding? You guys dumb? I know that this is why they gave me the rifle. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Just stay right there, okay? I'm very obviously supposed to use this one rifle that's over here. This is kind of chilling in the corner. It's the only long range situation where I would use this. All right, you guys are dead, yeah? Right? Nope, sorry about it. Can I have my assault rifle back now? I'm just gonna go back and get it. I value it too much. I'm not promising you anything, chat. Okay? I don't make any promises. I don't think that there's at least a 90% chance I'll be able to keep. But I did install Baldur's Gate 3. And I did install a number of quality of life improvements for it. Nothing game-changing. I think the only technically game-changing thing that I modded it with was weightless gold, because it's I don't know, dude. If you're like me and you're like a chronic hoarder, like you're gonna make multiple shit. You scared me. You're gonna make multiple trips back and forth in order to bring back like all the paintings and forks and plates and shit. Are you guys dumb? Did you not see like the 50,000 dudes that died? Like a, oh my god, stop. Stop now. Yeah. My goodness. You guys must have great life insurance policies. Frickin' nerds. Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough? It could happen. There's no fluff for show who's been with the stream for a while. Has wanted for pretty much forever a stoicism philosophically consistent. Did you think you were hiding? Sorry, buddy, this isn't Skyrim. You're gonna die. Holy crap. What was that? Oh, he blew up the fire extinguisher next to me. I doubt that was on purpose. A stoically, philosophically consistent game of Baldur's Gate 3. And it could happen. It could. It's possible. I don't know. I'm assuming that would mean that I would be a paladin. Is my guess. Okay, this just leads to the outside. Understood. But like, paladin stuff in Dungeons and Dragons settings are also a little bit weird, right? Because you have to act within like a certain parameter, like behavioral code, which is, you know, fine on paper. The only issue is that I would not be able to maybe do some things. Like, for example, from what I understand, like paladins, depending on your belief system, would not be able to kill regardless of what the situation is. Like, killing is just off the table. Whereas in Stoicism, that's not always the case. Like, you try to re-educate the bad guy. You try to give people a second chance as far as you can. But if a person is like a proven danger to themselves and others and show no instance in which it's likely that they're going to reform, then sometimes you gotta just leave them in flames. It's not something that you want to do. Not something that you go out of your way to do. It just be that way.
Get to cover!
Oh, sorry about it. That got you, right? Ain't no way that didn't get you. Oh my god. And then that day he knew you fucked up. Paladins are lawful, incorrect. You do, and maybe I'm spoiling something, maybe I'm not. Again, I haven't made my way meaningfully out of Act 1, Map 1. But at Baldur's Gate 3, I know for a fact that you can get special perks from breaking your Paladin code. So it wouldn't be all bad if it were to happen. What do you want? Oh yeah, oh yeah. God bless. That was a close one. That was a close one. Yeah, so like, I don't know if I could, like, if I was gonna start off as a paladin, it could be fine. It could be fine. And then if the game thinks that I broke some sort of like paladin code, then I broke some sort of paladin code, and then I just go as like a lawbreaker paladin or whatever the fuck it's called. Like a fucking Punisher. What? Huh? Oh, was the vent supposed to scare me? Okay. Ah! Oh no, it's a freaking vent opening. What am I gonna do? Shit! So spooky. Oh man. God bless. Ain't nothing scarier than an open vent. That's for true. All sorts of stuff going down in here. It's my favorite section, the vent section. They've changed it. No, I was agreeing with you. Yeah, there's like, and again, I'm dealing with stuff that I'm a little bit out of the loop here. Last time I like played Baldur's Gate 3 to any degree was like 6 or 8 months ago, however long ago it was. But from what I remember, there's like a true lawful good paladin. There's like a paladin of the wilds or something, like a nature paladin, which I don't. Oh my gosh! Which I don't even. Oh my god, it's still going. Which I don't even know. I don't even know what kind of like restrictions that puts on you. There is. Can I go down there? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing I just die if I go down there. There's like a Punisher variant of Paladin where it's like, yeah, you can kill, but only if it's bad guys. And then there's the Lawbreaker, or what is it? Like the Hellbringer Paladin, which is basically like a Hell Knight. This is basically like a Hell Knight from Pathfinder, if I remember correctly. Again, I might not. Okay, I played Dungeons and Dragons IRL exactly twice, and technically 2.5 times because I attended a whole session that was all about like laying the groundwork, but I didn't actually participate because the group melted before I could do anything. Am I loud, by the way? Should I turn my voice down, or is this a good volume in comparison to everything else? What do you... Woo! That hurts. Oh, you want me to turn the heat off? Is that right? Is that what you want from me? You want me to turn the heat off? Okay. Is this... I doubt this is the heat. It's not. It's just a wheel. Did you study philosophy academically? Not at first. When I originally started off going to college, I went to college purely because I was like, I guess I'm just supposed to go to college because this is what people in my general age range typically do, and most jobs that I think that I would be qualified for or interested in require a bachelor's degree, and I'm not good at any trade, so so I guess this is just my fate, right? You want me to go in there, but there's fire in the way. Is that right? Am I understanding this correctly? And I was like, okay, so what is life given me so far to go off of? I'm good at listening. I'm like a great active listener. Okay, I guess that's not the way I'm supposed to go. Understood. You were killed. I think that's our first death. People open up to me, typically, and I'm good at listening actively, so I guess I'm supposed to be a psychologist, and that was the whole basis for me deciding to become like a psychologist. But what ended up happening was that I got into psychology classes, and I was like, okay, all that you're teaching me is like chemicals, biology, and stuff like that, and I get it. You're supposed to know physically how the human brain works. But it was like, for months, it was seemingly just that. It was just like the chemistry of the brain, physically what things the brain is doing, biology, things like that. And I was like, okay, but like, when are we gonna get to the part where I actually try to help people through their issues? Where I try to like listen for like cues of what a person is saying and then give them meaningful feedback based off of inferences, and that part never came. And it was around the time that there was an intro to philosophy course. We know, Stoic, we know which one. There's an intro to philosophy course. And I was like, this is a complete waste of time. Nobody gives a shit. I don't care if, you know, if like if there are giant invisible spaghetti monsters chasing me around and I just don't know it. How's that gonna help me in life? You know, all the sorts of things that our culture did and probably still is ingraining in people, and making them think that that's all that philosophy is, because for the most part, that's what was taught to me in the intro to philosophy class, and so people don't respect it. And those, oh my gosh, a skeleton. And like, those, don't get it twisted, those things are interesting from like a, you know, like a theoretical perspective, but I can't really do anything with it, can I? Not really. And then the dude mentioned, the professor mentioned a guy named Epictetus who was like, yes, it really is possible to be happy, independent of, you know, your romance status or money, or fame or what have you. You just have to make like certain psychological givens. And I was like, that's cool and all that. And then after I was sitting in my dorm room, completely submerged in every negative emotion that I think that I could think of, I was like, okay, what's the alternative? Like, how else am I supposed to feel other than this? This is just what life is like. I remember the Epictetus guy. I picked up the Intro to Philosophy book. And I started reading, and I was like, okay, this is connecting with me in a way that literally nothing in life has before. So let me just go all in on this, because I'm feeling something for like the first time on this planet. I feel hope, and I don't know what that feels like. I feel like things could be okay if I re-engineer the way that my brain works. What? Oh. Oh, this scary man around the corner. And so then I did what literally no one on Earth would suggest that you do, which is change my major from psychology to philosophy. And at first, you know, Epictetus and Stoicism is all like, you have to be prepared to be laughed at. You know, even 2,000 years ago or now, it's just like me, for real, where people are gonna laugh at you for changing your major to something that they think you're only qualified to, you know, work at McDonald's for. That's the running joke, right? And people did laugh, and for a while I lied. For a long time I lied about what my major was because I was ashamed of it, even as it increasingly proved its worth to me in a way that nothing else ever did. And now I'm doing like financially okay. I'm not like doing gangbusters, but you know, I have a channel that is able to pay for my internet. Sometimes a little bit more than just the internet, which, you know, I don't allow myself to take for granted even a single day. Due in part again to Stoicism, letting me never take anything for granted as far as I can help it. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go this way or that way? So no, I do not work at McDonald's. Not that there's anything shameful about working at McDonald's, you know, sometimes you gotta just do what you gotta do. But that's typically what people demeaningly think about it. And over time, I started proudly telling people that I changed my major to philosophy, and XYZ thing is why. And as it happened, as I was able to explain exactly why I changed my major, people stopped laughing at it. And then they were like, wow, can you tell me some of the things that you tell your own brain to not hate yourself or your surroundings so much? And I'm like, you betcha. Do you have like 45 minutes? Because how the fantasy genre tends to mingle philosophical codes and in-game religion, might be more apt to pick a non-religious class like monk or a normal guy fighter. I could. That is something that I did think about. Here's the thing, is that the difficulty with that is that I really enjoy fighting classes that can heal, although I know you can subclass. It's just, you know, like a paladin is designed to be tanky and also have healing abilities, whereas it would be probably less efficient, quote unquote. Not that I'm trying to do Baldur's Gate 3 as like an esport or anything, but it would be slightly less efficient. This is where it was. Slightly less efficient for me to do like fighter and then subclass into cleric or whatever the next healing thing would be, right? You have good volume at the moment, thank you. I did read that, I just didn't read it out loud. I missed it. Which book? It was not a good book. I can't recommend. Also, welcome in, Virtue Bro. Virtue, can you do me a favor, or anyone? If they're so inclined, can you shut up, Virtue Bro? It wasn't a good book. Even if I knew what it was, I still have it, mind you. But even if am I stuck? Are you for real? Okay. Even if I knew what it was, I would tell you what it is, but I would be like, don't. I would be like, don't read it. It's not good. It basically just like took some crazy liberties with its translations. It has like chopped up incomplete versions of different books just kind of like mashed into it. Like, for example, the intro blurb to Epictetus, which is where I drew a lot of my initial inspiration from, didn't even like properly tell me that he was a Stoic. It was just like it was just like Epictetus existed in this period of time, and he was a philosophy teacher in Rome, and also his master, because he was a slave early on, his master basically broke his leg for funsies, and he teaches like self-help life advice based off of virtue philosophy, and that was it. Okay, so I didn't even know that I was practicing stoicism technically for a long time. Okay, why did I do this? Is it? Oh, I turned on the power, right? And I'm supposed to loop back. That's right. Okay, I understand. Are we good? Gonna hit it. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Ooh, look at this spray. The arterial spray is pretty good, dude. Come on. It is. Stop. Enough. Are we cool now? Are there any other bad guys? Any other badmen? So off the top of my head, there's a few different books that you probably are familiar with, but just in case, I'm not just preaching to the choir. There's the Discourses by Epictetus. If you get the Discourses, make sure that you get a version of the Discourses by Epictetus with the handbook in it, which is just like basically a novelized version, like an abridged version, not like DBZ Abridged, not like a comedy take on it, but just like a condensed version of the Discourses, but it also has some things in it that are condensed in such a way that it hits different. It hits the same but different from a different angle in your brain. There's the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. There's the Moral Essays and Letters by Seneca. There's also Ligma Balls. Give me a second. There's Fragments by Musonius Rufus. Unfortunately, even though Musonius Rufus was an extremely prolific writer and schoolmaster, and he had like a lot of really, really important takes, much like a lot of other Stoic writers, a huge, if not complete amount of his writings just don't exist anymore, but we're lucky enough to have some fragments of his shit left. So yeah, there's... Woo! You cannot sneak up on me like that, man. Oh my god. It's fucking... He crawled up my tuchus a little bit. I was not expecting that. You cannot crawl up my tuchus. You are not allowed. You are not allowed. There's also some contemporary stuff. Like, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head, there should be a book that, if you're interested in everything that we know of, that Stoics believed in, like their understanding of their ethics system, physics system, logic system, like everything that we know that's condensed in a mostly non-dry format, you're looking at Stoicism by John Sellers. It should be a black book with like an oil painting of Cato the Younger on it. When he graduated in defiance of Julius Caesar during the remaining days of Julius Caesar's civil war to turn the Roman Republic into Roman Empire. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know. You've been there. You're picking up what I'm putting there. You've been there. Thanks for the shouty. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that book that I was referring to is just bad. Nobody should have digested it. It should not have been my first exposure to Stoicism at all. In fact, I didn't even know that there was a difference between Epicurus and Epictetus for like 3 months, and that's just how incomplete and badly translated the Intro to Philosophy book was. That's probably because most philosophers are objectively horrific at writing. Yeah, no, I agree. I read that Intro to Philosophy book front to back, and most of it was like horrifically dry and unpleasant to read. Interesting in some respects.
Who's that? Oh, it's you.
But
Christ,
it was really unpleasant. But I felt like I had to read it just to make sure that I was crossing my T's and dotting my I's.
The elevators are offline, and those soldiers are everywhere.
Making sure that the whole, you know, all the juice was worth the squeeze, you know what I mean? I was leaving no stone unturned when it came to my brain. I read their work translated into different languages to make it read even worse. We're lucky to have what very, very little we do remaining, especially after making it through the ages. And human propensity to set fire to things. I hate that guy back there. I get it that he's supposed to suck. That's like his personality. Other parts of philosophy which people sometimes consider pointless. I think often these things do have a impact on how we should live, and I think that people realize also on things like how we should do science. Think about the future, understand the limits of knowledge, and even then, things seem very abstracted. For most things, I fundamentally believe knowledge is good for knowledge's sake, so I guess we disagree on the non-ethical parts of philosophy. Find philosophy to be useful, but only when viewed in consort with biology. Many different philosophers have been able to make careful observations about human behavior and human interaction with the world around them, but without understanding human biology, you never get a full understanding of things. The whole Stoic framework for how we react to things the way that we do has a biological element in it. Like, it's crazy how on the mark they were with understanding how, like, external stimulus gets, like, categorized and then reframed back to us in a way that we can understand, and then, you know, we either agree or don't agree to it. And then if we agree to whatever we first think happened in a situation, we feel like an outsized, amplified response to it. It's wild out here, dog. Wild. Behind the Burger Town. Nah. Nar. Nar, dude. That guy was brave. They will never defeat the lean pillar. So many bodies. Is anybody else coming? Is anybody else want some of this? I would think not. I would think not, but you know, you never know. Some people could be feeling frisky. You're coming down the death hallway. Welcome in, Little Miss Glitch. Thank you so much, Xantos, for shouting out Little Miss Glitch. How are you doing, Glitch? I love you. I hope that you're having a good night. And if you're having a less than good night, please let me know what I can do in order to make it better, if anything. But it sounds like you're having a good one. Where? Huh? Look how they duck down. There's another guy. There's another varmint back there. Oh, really? Huh? Where did you go? There's another guy down here, wasn't there? So far, so good, other than my car door cracked me upside the head. That's not good. Yeah, no, that sucks. I've had different car issues throughout the years. I get that. Wow, there's a rocket launcher? Don't mind if I do. I mean, Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to that. You wouldn't give me a rocket launcher for no reason, so I'm assuming there's some sort of boss battle or something coming up. Welcome in, Nuclear Jack. How are you doing? Also, the Neo Unknown from YouTube chat 10 minutes ago. I probably already missed you, but just in case you're still there. Hello, are you playing this on Extreme? If so, I can help you out. This is your first time playing F.E.A.R. I'm not playing on Extreme. I'm playing it on Weenie Hut Junior mode, aka Moderate. For one, because I'm a little baby. I'm a little baby that likes his milkies. And two, because I just want to finish the game. I want to see end credits. I'm sure that I would be fine on hard or even extreme. But I also have stuff to do. And like I just want to get my F.E.A.R experience in and then get out. Oh, what the fuck? Hello, Jack. I was putting on my bag. Oh yeah, everybody's... Huh? Oh my god. Everybody is very equally loved here. So you're gonna get hit with random shoutouts. It's just kind of how it rolls. You're coming around? What are we doing? Stop throwing stuff at me. It's rude, you dick. My god. Anyway, hello. I'm one of the lads from B-Sky. Hello, lad from B-Sky. Do you also stream? If so, what sorts of games do you like to play, both on and off stream? Or just off stream if you don't stream? Woo! I didn't sign up for these shoutout attacks. This is rude. I mean, they could be kissing you instead. But I did tell them to stand down. I would like to... This chair is defeating me. Can I please get past the chair? What is this? Whoop, I'm dumb, dude. Okay. Okay, I mean, it still moved the chair, so, you know, who won? Really? Fair enough, I'm a streamer, just a lazy one. We're big, lazy streamer appreciators around here. It's time to kill Paxton Fettel once and for all.